What up, YouTube? G4 Liddy here once again, back with another video for you guys. It is early in the morning. I have just gotten through watching the Venom trailer, and I just want to talk to you guys about that shit. Give you guys my thoughts. Like, before I even give you my guys' thoughts, I could tell you a little backstory about the movie. Marvel did have their deal to, Sony did have their deal to share Spider-Man. After many years, they finally came to that conclusion to have a lucrative deal for Marvel and Sony. And Sony still wanted to be on some selfish shit. They were like, it's cool that we sharing Spider-Man with you, but we also want to have something separate from the Marvel Universe that Marvel don't have their hands in, that they aren't going to get paid for. And thus we had Venom. And this Venom is not going to have any type of Spider-Man influence in it, so Marvel can't benefit from it. And purely, this was a business move because it doesn't make sense comic book wise or any other way, so it don't make sense. So right out the gate, I already knew this shit was going to be trash. How are you going to have a Venom movie without Spider-Man? I already had this thought initially, and then when they decided to cast Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, I felt even worse about it. I was like, okay, this shit really ain't good. The reason I say that is because Tom Hardy is like fucking 40. And he look old as hell, right? And then you got Tom Holland, who's in his early 20s, and he looked like a teenager. So at this point, even if they did want to cross them over at some point, they can't, because Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock look like he could be Tom Holland's dad. He's too old. You can't have a nemesis that looks like he's 20 years older than the protagonist, and he's supposed to be based on him. So they made it impossible for there to be any type of crossover. So getting that out of the way, now that we know there can't really be a crossover unless the Venom universe has their own Spider-Man, and like I said, that'll be too much. It'll be too complicated, so I doubt they'll do that. This really is going to be its own thing. And yeah, from the trailers, from this new trailer, it was everything I thought it was going to be. It looked like a mess. Tom Hardy don't fit that role at all. That don't feel like an Eddie Brock. I don't know who that feel like. And from the CGI didn't look all that top notch either. I know it's early, but I didn't like the CGI in a way it looked either. It looked very dated for 2018, so that was very alarming to see as well. But also, I have a theory about this from seeing him use the symbiote suit, seeing how he uses it. He don't really have the full-on suit, the way he just shoots it from his body. I have a theory that he is going to do that the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, we won't get full Venom the way we got at the end of the trailer with the whole mask and we ain't going to get that to the end of the movie. The way they highlighted anti-hero, I just have a feeling it's just going to be his face, where there's just going to be a plain black face with the symbiote suit. It's not going to be the Venom face we know through the movie. You know, because it's hard to promote that shit, right? So I have a theory that they're going to do it that way. And the way he was using the symbiote suit, it was very reminiscent of the video game Prototype. And it just let me know that why don't we have a Prototype movie? You know, fuck this Venom shit. We could have had a Prototype movie. That would have fit way better, right? Wouldn't that shit been lit? All my Prototype fans. Like, we could have just scrapped the whole Venom idea and we would have supported a Prototype. That shit would have been dope. Like, it let me know that how simply they could have made it. That's the way he used the Venom symbiote. He used it like Alex Mercer did in Prototype. So that shit would have been cool if they went that direction instead and just did Prototype and said fuck the Venom shit. But here we are, we got this Venom shit, and like I said, I'm just not liking it. I'm just not liking what I see so far, especially because Venom, his powers are based off of Spider-Man. He have the symbiote web shooters. How he's gonna have that without having a Spider-Man in that universe? It don't make sense. It ain't going to work. It isn't going to work. So, like I said, his power set is based off of Spider-Man. So now you don't have even his suit has a spider on it, like have a spider on his shit. And you, so with no Spider-Man, how is his suit really gonna look? We didn't get to see a full version of his suit. When he got the full face, we only got to see the face. So, like I said, we didn't get to see his back to see if there was a big spider on it or nothing. So, like I said, a lot of red flags from this trailer. It didn't give me hope. That's what I could say about this trailer. It didn't give me hope. The CGI looked dated. Tom Hardy didn't feel like Eddie Brock. They made it so it could never cross over with the MCU. Like I said, too many alarming things. So I'm just not digging it. You know, I'm just not digging it. That's just my thoughts, though. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about it. Y'all can hit me down in the comments down below. Tell me your thoughts on the trailer if you've seen it. Are you liking it? Are you hating it? Let's talk about it. G4 Liddy here signing off. Thank you guys for watching.